Ayo.
Zo Joey on Grace Covenant FM.
Miss Lynn Mercedes.
Mr. July Aguilar.
Sexy Aya on Grace Covenant FM.
Mag-tuning every day sa 101.3 Reason ang bakolod ang tanan mahappy Panginawan ninyo, lingaw kaayo Simot ang ilang music number one Nagugas ang kahanginan Reason ang bakla number one Di na paminaw halos sa tanan Ang ilang mga DJing mag-iitan Walay mga lupig sa ilang kakusog sa kahanginan Naglabyog-labyog magparty sa kakuwal ng magkanda
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
Usa ka oras nga tulumanon, matag Lunes hangtod Biyernes, alas 12 ang takna sa udto, ngadto na sa launa ang takna sa hapon. Ihatod kaninyo sa atong mga program anchors, Municipal Administrator, Engineer Joselito Nonoy Miquiabas, kauban sa iyang co-host nga si Kaji Melody Yurong. Ania ang inyong mga alagad sa kahanginan.
Okay, maayong udto sa tanan sa atong mga suking tigpaminaw. Maayong Webes po. Karong adlaw is March 3, 2022 Webes. So maayong udto sa lahat ng mga viewers nato karon. Happy Thursday po, and sa mga kumakain ngayon. Happy Thursday din po sa inyong lahat dyan. So kumusta po inyong Thursday? I hope nga okay ra. Maging optimistic lang po, maging positibo. So, happy Thursday again. So, ngayong araw po, naalagyapon mo, diri nga willing maminaw sa ang programa nga Giya sa Pagpili 2022. So, kagahapon, aton nang nahisgutan ang tulo usab sa magpapili sa maong senatorial candidate or senatorial slate para sa atong May 9 national election. So recap lang po tayo sa mga tulo nga among nahisgutan kagahapon together sa akong partner na si Zoe Joey. So kagahapon among una na nahisgutan ang background of personal information kabahin ni Herbert Maclang Bautista. So siya po ay isa sa magpapili again para sa senatorial slate for the upcoming May 9 national election. So, isa siya sa Filipino actor and politician who served as mayor of Quezon City, the Philippine largest city by population from 2010 to 2019. So, muna ang iyang semi-background no, ni Herbert Maclag Bautista. And then, again, isa siya ka actor and politician. So, naila siya sa mga movies niya, kaning popular na movies kaning Oh My Mama, Bagets as Gilbert, Hot Shots, Julian Vaquero as Densyo, and then Bagets 2 as Gilbert, and kaning Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and many more. So, nagsugod iyang political career way back in 1986 to 1989. He was the president of the Kabataang Barangay National Federation. And then, way back in 1992 to 1995, he was elected councilor of Quezon City and was concurrently chairperson of the Committee on Tourism and Cultural Affairs. Sa tuig naman na 1998, he ran for mayor but lost then incumbent Mel Matay in his third and final term. And then sa tuig naman na 2001, he returned to politics when he was elected as vice mayor and re-elected in 2004 and 2007 respectively. Sa tuig naman na 2010, he took oath into office as the mayor of Quezon City after his landslide victory in 2010 sa local election in Quezon City. So yun po ang ang biography or personal information kabahin ni Bistek, or also known as Herbert Maclang Bautista. And again, yung platform po is to Bautista is running for senator on a platform for internet reforms, livelihood for all, and youth welfare. So muna yung focus kung siya manggani is makadaog sa election this coming May 9, national election para po sa senatorial slate or candidate. And then another one, amo na po nahisgutan kagahapon together sa akong partner si Joey, ang personal information din ni Guillermo Lorenzo Tolentino Elizar, or also known as Gimo or Gilor. Okay, Guillermo Elizar is a retired Filipino police general and politician. He served as chief of the Philippine National Police, and Elizar is the sixth PNP chief under the Duterte administration. So kabahay naman sa work experience as knowing isa po siyang police, so matatag, matibay ano? Matatag, matibay. So mo niya iyang work experience way back in or sa tuig na 2021, himo siyang chief sa Philippine National Police. And then sa tuig din sa 2020 to 2021, himo siyang deputy chief for administration at Philippine National Police. And then sa tuig din na 2019 to 2020, nahimo siyang chief of directorial staff at Philippine National Police. And then sa tuig din na 2018 to 2019, nahimo siyang regional director sa National Capital Region Police Office. And then sa tuig din na 2018, himo siyang regional director PNP Police Regional Office 4A. And then sa tuig din na 2017 to 2018, nahimo siyang district director Quezon City Police District. And then kabahin naman siyang plataforma kung siya po is palarin makapasok po sa senador. So muna ang plataforma mga G, vowed to provide more livelihood opportunities for solo parents in the country. So taas-taas kamay sa lahat ng mga solo parents out there. Although hindi ko siya kinukonvince talaga na maging solo parent na lang. Pero dahil nga sa hindi tayo sinwerte sa larangan ng pag-ibig, but naging optimistic pa din, naging fighter pa rin po tayo. So isa nis yung platform kaning vowed to provide more livelihood opportunities for solo parents in the country. And then Elizar vows to focus on security, peace, and order if he wins a Senate seat. So muni iyang platform na kung siya po is makadaog as senator. And then lastly po sa pag-uusapan namin nga, hindi po ito siya parang nakalimutan na, dahil po sabi ko nga kahapon, kung kayo po ay laging magpa-picture and gusto niyo magkaroon ng beautiful smile, so ito lang po ang sabihin niyo mga G, say cheese. Di po ba? Okay, Francis Joseph Cheese Guevara or Guevara Escudero is a Filipino lawyer and politician. Became a politician at the age of 28. So batang-bata pa. So for sure hanas na gyud ni Mickey G in terms of kana maghimo og bills, mga laws nga iyang napasa, no? So complete name again is Francis Joseph Guevara Escudero. Kabahin naman sa iyang profession before siya ni-enter sa politics, nahimo siyang lawyer. And then nagtudlo po siya kabahin sa political science at UP. Naging lecturer din siya sa Graduate School of ADMU or ano bang ibig sabihin ng ADMU? Well, anyways, naging junior political analyst din siya sa Batangas Development Planning Office way back in 1989. And nahimo siyang senior lecturer sa law sa UP way back in 1996 and 1998. Kabahin naman po sa iyang career in politics. Sa tuig 2019 up to present, nahimo siyang governor as governor of Sorsogon. Cheese a push for the speedy implementation of numerous projects on health, infrastructure, agriculture, social services, tourism, and disaster risk management that immensely improved the lives of his fellow Sorsoganos. Sa tuig naman 2007 and 2019, nahimo siyang senator. Sa tuig naman na 2007 hanggang 2013, he was one of the most productive members of the Senate, filing numerous bills on electoral reforms, education, agriculture, justice, and human rights issues. He chaired various committees including finance, justice, human rights, banks financial, institution and currencies, environment and natural resources, and ways and means. Sa tuig naman na 2012, Escudero was the poorest senator based on his statement of assets and liabilities and net worth. And then sa tuig naman na 1998 to 2007, nahimo siyang congressman. Sa tuig naman na 1998, he became a representative of the 1st District of Sorsogon. In his 3 terms in the House of Representatives, he served as Assistant Majority Floor Leader and House Minority Floor Leader. So yun po ang kanyang career sa politics po. And then, kung siya po is pala rin na makapasok sa senatorial seat, mao ni iyang platforms. Sabi niya, I would like to uplift the whole country. Next naman po, vows to revive pandemic and all hazard preparedness act. And lastly, Escudero to push for LGU empowerment. So yun po ang plataforma ni Escudero or ni Francis Joseph Guevara Escudero kung siya po is pala rin na makapasok sa senatorial seat. May Giya, oras ikunod, alas 12:11. Kung napansin nyo po na ako lang mag-isa, yes po kasi si Joey is kakarating lang niya. And then, atong municipal administrator po is busy po. So, ako lang po muna yung makauban karon. I hope na okay na mo diha, May Giya.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
And dahil po is nakahiligan nating mag-recap sa lahat ng mga personal information sa lahat ng mga tumatakbo. So hayaan nyo po na aking baliko ang story or ang personal information po sa atong presidential. So akong first nga itakal karon nga personal information or kaning biography, ang unang-una po sa listahan namin dahil nga alphabetical order. Sa pangalan po in person ni Panfilo Ping Morena Lacson Sr. So hayaan nyo po na aking ulitin lahat yung mga nagawa niya, yung mga accomplishment niya, and then yung platform. So hello po sa lahat ng ating mga viewers out there. Kumusta po kayo? I hope May Giya okay na mo diha, And happy Thursday po sing lahat dyan. Hello sa lahat ating mga listeners, mga viewers. How are you po sa mga kumakain ngayon? Hayaan nyo po na kayo ay aking bigyan ulit or balikan natin ulit yung biography ni Panfilo Ping Moreno Lacson Sr. na isa magpapili para sa itong presidential election.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022. 2022.
So ito po, hayaan nyo po na aking ulitin ulit para po sa tumatakbo sa presidente sa bansang Pilipinas. So ito po ang personal information ni Panfilo Ping Moreno Lacson Sr. Again, he is a no-nonsense public servant for more than 40 years. Senator Panfilo Moreno Ping Lacson, who has compiled a solid record against wrongdoing in line with his personal credo. What is right must be right. What is wrong must be wrong. So firm din ang kanyang paninindigan. His complete name is Panfilo Ping Moreno Lacson Sr. Naila siya sa tawag nga Ping. Iyang date of birth is June 1, 1948. Iyang place of birth naman doon sa Imus, Cavite. So tinatawag din siyang adopted son of Cebu. Ang pangalan naman kanyang parents kay iyang mother si Maxima Lorena Lacson. And then yung father naman kay si Buenaventura Lacson. Ang kanyang may bahay o yung misis ang pangalan kay si Alice De Perio. May 4 po sila ng anak in person o pangalan sa kanyang anak kay si Reginald, Ronald J. Panfilo Jr. and Jerry. Kabahin naman sa iyang educational background ni Panfilo Ping Moreno Lacson Sr., natapos niya po ang Master in Government Management at pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila way back in 1995 to 1996. Nakakuha po siya or nag-enroll siya sa iyang kurso din kaning Bachelor of Science dito sa Philippine Military Academy kon PMA way back in 1967 to 1971. Sa kanyang pag-aaral naman sa high school, doon siya nag-aaral sa Imus, Cavite way back in 1960 to 1964. During naman siyang grade school, nag-aral siya sa Bayang Luma Elementary School way back in 1954 to 1960. Kabahin naman siyang career as a public servant sa tuig 2021 to 2013, and then 2016 to present nahimo siyang senator, and then nahimo pud siyang presidential assistant on rehabilitation and recovery way back in 2013 to 2015. Nahimo pud siyang chief sa Philippine National Police at way back November 16, 1999 to January 20, 2001. Nahimo pud siyang chief presidential anti-organized crime task force way back in June 26 to 1998 to January 21, 2001. Nahimo pud siyang project officer, Special Project Alpha way back 1996 to April 1997. Nahimo pud siyang Chief Task Force Habagat PAC way back in 1992 to 1995. Nahimo pud siyang Provincial Director sa Laguna, PC, February to July 1992. Siyang career as public servant, nahimo pud siyang commander sa Cebu Metro Discom way back in 1989 to 1992. Nahimo pud siyang provincial commander at Isabela PC way back in 1988 to 1989. Nahimo pud siyang PC Inspector Anti-Carnapping Task Force way back in 1986 to 1988. Nahimo pud siyang Metrocom Intelligence and Security Group way back in 1971 to 1986. Kabahin naman po sa iyang police military training scholarship courses. Nakakuha siya or naka-appeal siya ng maong training sa Bachelor Science degree at Philippine Military Academy way back in 1967 to 1971. Naka-appeal po siya og training kabahin aning Intel Officers Basic Course SITS at Fort Bonifacio way back in 1973. Naka-appeal po siya og training kaning Military Intel Collection Course SEATS Fort Bonifacio at 1974. Naka-appeal po siya ng training kaning Counter-Urban Guerrilla Warfare Course Fort Magsaysay way back in 1972. And then naka-appeal po siya og training kaning sa Incident Management Course PSG Malacanang, Air Mobile Operations Course Command and General Staff Course Camp Crame, Quezon City, Command General Staff College at Fort Bonifacio. So kabahin naman po siyang awards, Meki G. Nakakuha siya og Doctors of Laws honoris causa pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila 2019. 10 Outstanding Policemen of the Philippines o Philippine Diocese Incorporated 1998. Nakakuha po siya og award kabahin aning Special Medal of Honor kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas kon KBP. Nakakuha po siyang award kabahin aning Police Director of the Year, Regional Command RECOM 7 at Cebu City 1992. Nakakuha po siyang award kabahin aning Adopted Son of Cebu City Council Resolution 1991. Philippine Constabulary Officer of the Year, Regional Command CONRECOM 7 Cebu City 1989 to 1990 and 1990 to 1991. Nakuha po siyang award kabahin aning Certificate of Academic Excellence AFP Command and General Staff at College 1983. PMA Alumni Cavalier Award Special Operations Philippine Military Academy Alumni Association Incorporated 1983. And then nakuha po siyang award kabahin aning PC Metrocom Officer of the Year Philippine Constabulary 1982. And kabahin naman po sa iyang mga awards.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
Okay, nakakuha siya og 17 military merit medals, 3 medalya ng kadakilaan, 3 medalya ng kagalingan, 2 outstanding achievement medals, 5 military commendation medals, 5 bronze cross medals, 2 medalya ng papuri, Luzon Campaign Medal, Visayas Campaign Medal, and Combat Efficiency Medal. Kabahin naman sa special citation mo ni Philippine College of Rotary Governor, Rotary Club of Manila, Lions President League of the Philippines, Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption, Manila Downtown Wise Men's Club, Council of Past Lions Governor of the Philippines, Cebu Chamber of Commerce, Cebu Bankers Club, Cebu City Office for Substance Abuse Prevention, Metro Cebu Uptown JCs, and Rotary Club of San Fernando. And then another siyang special salutation kaning Asosasyon ng Komentarista at Announcer ng Pilipinas, Pugadlaw in Philippines Incorporated, Police Cavaliers Association Incorporated, National Police Commission, Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chambers or Chambers of Commerce, PMA Class 71 Matatag, Rotary Club of Caloocan, Rotary Club of Metro Cebu, Rotary Club of Cebu, West Rotary Club of Cebu Port Center, Rotary International District 390, Rotary Club of Binan, Direct Commission Batch 71, PNPC Chapter, KBP Metro Manila Chapter, Guest of Honor and Commencement Speaker, Commencement Exercise of Bicol University, Daraga Albay. So yun po ang kanyang mga special citations, ano? And then, kabahin naman sa iyang mga achievements, okay, Lacson most significant Senate's exposed involved the Priority Development Assistance Fund con pork barrel. 10 years before the multi-billion pesos scam involving Janet Lim Napoles surfaced, Lacson detailed in a March 2003 privilege speech the temptation for officials to pocket taxpayers' money. He had his 200 million a year PDF allocation returned to the National Treasury, saving government the 2.4 billion in 12 years. So, yun po. Well, actually, na-explain na to sa ating municipal administrator kabayan aning PDF na issues, ano? And then talagang, yun nga, tamang-tama po ito, or sakto yun daw ni siya nga, parang binalik niya yung pera sa National Treasury and then nakasave ang government ng 2.4 billion in 12 years. So, hello po sa lahat ng ating mga late tuners out there. Hello po sa lahat. And then sa atong mga viewers din, live po ako sa atong Facebook account, that's Grace Covenant official account. And then sa atong YouTube net channel, that's Grace Covenant FM 101.3. So, recap lang po tayo, Meki Giya, baka kayo ay nagtataka. O, araw po natin ngayon is March 3 po. So, akong gipangbalik tanan ang mga or akong gibalik karon ang isa sa magpapili sa tong presidente or sa presidential election. So yun po. So hi po sing lahat. Oras to Meki G, alas 12:22. Okay, kabahin naman sa iyang from 2001 to present, Lacson authored, sponsored, or co-authored key measures including Anti-Money Laundering Act, Republic Act 9160 as amended by Republic Act 9194, and then another one sa iyang nabuhat or co-authored, authored and sponsored key measures kaning Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, also known as Republic Act 9165, and then kaning Anti-Red Tape Act of 2007, also known as Republic Act 9485. Another one po sa iyang nahimo na mga bills na pasa, na co-authored siya, sponsored, and authored din po kaning National Service Training Program Act of 2001, also known as Republic Act 9163. And another one, kaning an act increasing the base pay of the members of the AFP, also known as Republic Act 9166. Another po sa kanyang authored and sponsored or co-authored na mga bills, laws, kaning Anti-Trafficking in Person Act of 2003, also known as Republic Act 9208. Another one, kaning Anti-Cheating Act of 2007, also known as Republic Act 9416. The Philippine Dental Act of 2007, also known as Republic Act 9484. And another po na siya ang sponsored, co-authored, and authored kaning an act providing for a comprehensive law on firearms, light weapons, and ammunition, also known as Republic Act 10591. The law converting Imus Cavite from a municipality into a city, also known as Republic Act 10161. And then lastly po kaning the law that reapportion Cotabato into 3 legislative district, also known as Republic Act 10177. So Lacson was one of the main authors of the following, kaning Reproductive Health Act and the Sin Tax Reform Act. Muna yung mga main authors po ni Lacson, kaning Reproductive Health Act and the Sin Tax Reform Act. His Senate Bill number 270 or 2783, which strengthened further the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2001, is now part of Republic Act 10167. Lacson also authored a key amendment to the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Act. In the 17th Congress, Lacson had a role in drafting major measures such as Republic Act 10927, which amended the Anti-Money Laundering Act to include casinos as covered person. And then Lacson also offered proposed measures to curb criminality and corruption and to streamline to bureaucracy, including Senate Bill number 40, Budget Reform for Village Empowerment Act of 2016, Senate Bill number 41, which seeks seeks to establish a national ID system, and then Senate Bill number 42, penalizing a wide range of heinous crimes ranging from drug-related offenses to treason, terrorism, and human trafficking. And then Senate Bill number 48, expanded Anti-Wiretapping Act of 2016. Before the Senate, Lacson served in the Philippine National Police, heading it from 1999 to 2001. He had 85% of resources go to frontline units and imposed a 34-inch waistline limit for police officers. So, ayan po. Dapat talaga yung police dati is man talagang waistline na 34. Nakakatakot lang kung ano bang waistline ko. Parang hindi ako swak maging police po. So, doon talaga nakilala si Ping Lacson, dahil isa po siyang police. And then, he had 85% of resources go to frontline units and imposed 34-inch waistline limit for a police officer. More importantly, Lacson led by example, refusing bribes and declining rewards from rescued kidnap for victim ransoms. Under Lacson, the PNP and Lacson scored very high approval ratings. Lacson also served as Presidential Assistant for Rehabilitation and Recovery, coordinating efforts to help victims of Super Typhoon Yolanda. So, yun po. Nakiji oras si karon alas 12:27, and before ko mag-proceed sa yung personal information ni Pagpili Lacson, ako sang i-greet ang lahat ng ating mga viewers karon. Hello po sa lahat dyan. Kumusta po kayo? I hope nakiji nga okay na mo diha, and happy Thursday po. Okay, happy viewing kay Binibining Armanda Marikit. Hi, sexy ayaw kas kong song novela. Okay, from Kling Kling Villa Luz. Hi, sexy ayaw regards ko tanang tangga kalye mahuyang diha si Kling Kling ni. So, hi di ay kay Kling Kling nga nag-view karon, and happy listening po dahil sa atong nakiji diha sa mahuyang. And then from Kling Villa Luz, mag-request ko kanta nga That's What Friends Are For. Sino bang friends mo, Kling? So, madami siguro dahil na mo diya sa kalye mahuyang. And then, Kling Villa Luz, si Kling ni na sa Bungaw Tawi-Tawi. So, naakakaroon sa Bungaw Tawi-Tawi. So, kumusta kayo dyan? Diha sa Bungaw Tawi-Tawi, I hope nga okay na mo diha. And then, from Claire Lara, hi DJ, pa-shoutout ko sa ako mga bagets. April Rose Lara o sa akong darling na si Nining Lara. Thanks, DJ. And then from Gapulrian, good noon, Ma'am Aya with heart. So, hi to you, Ma'am Gapulrian, and hello sa lahat ng mga viewers out there. Kumusta po kayo dyan? Happy Thursday po. Salamat po sa inyong pag-view o pagpaminaw. May God bless you all po. And then sa itong YouTube na channel naman, hi to Ma'am Erlinda Bernesebo. Hello, Ma'am Aya. Good noon. God bless you always. Take care. Salamat kayo, Ma'am Erlinda Bernesebo. And then from Ma'am Erlinda Serna Bernesebo, happy Thursday to you, Ma'am Aya, and to all Grace FM family and staff. Hashtag Laban Bacolod or hashtag Bacolod Padayon Pagsidlag. So, hi to you, Ma'am Erlinda Bernesebo. Nakiji oras si karon alas 12:29. So, mag-proceed na po ta at huning isugutan naman kabahin aning advocacies stand on issues and government of platforms. So, dahil pa rin nagpapatuloy pa rin ang COVID-19 pandemic sa muning stand ni Pagpili Moreno Lacson Sr. Kabahin sa COVID-19 pandemic, sabi niya, will scrap lockdowns as an approach to combat COVID-19. Vows to utilize funds judiciously pouring money for vaccine and hospital facilities, proper disbursement and distribution of COVID-19 of funds to avoid misuse, plans to use the off-budget income of government hospitals to defray patients' expenses. So, muna yung stand, Mekji, sa mga issues dahil ongoing pa din ang COVID-19 pandemic, and then kabahay naman sa economic recovery mo yung stand, proactive response to COVID-19 since the economy is tied to people's health, digitization of government processes, restructuring of the Pantawid Pamilya Pilipino Program Con 4 Peace, paid internship to college students and graduates, stringent measures to fight corruption. And then kabahay naman sa drug war campaign mo niyang stand, a holistic approach to curbing illicit drugs to be headed by Senate President Vicente Soto III if elected as Vice President. The plan is to focus equally on law enforcement and prevention and rehabilitation, to latter of which was neglected by Duterte's administration. Balanced approach to the war drug, prioritizing the rule of law, and then President Duterte's drug was a failure. Nothing that a review of the cases is a bit too late at this point. So yun po ang kanyang stand kabayan sa drug war campaign. And then sa ongoing pa din nga issue sa atong West Philippine Sea, ito ang stand niya, Mekiji. 2016 ruling not implementable. But the Philippines can form alliances with other countries like the United States, European Union countries, Japan, and Australia, maintaining a balance of power in the West Philippine Sea by building alliances with other countries with better defense forces, and favors a joint exploration with Western countries and the West Philippine Sea, so long as the 60-40 economic constitutional provision is observed. And lastly po, muna yung stand kabayan sa West Philippine Sea na issue, kaning refurbish and upgrade facilities at the Kalayaan Island Group. And then, kabahin naman sa peace talk with communist rebels, sa muna yung stand, Mekiji. Okay, supports restoration of peace talks with CPP and PA, NDF, and then improve development programs in communist-influenced barangays by employing a digitized and data-driven approach, has criticized NTF LCAC for misusing anti-insurgency funds as only 26 of 2,000 projects are completed. Support the Anti-Terrorism Act, a law he principally authored the Senate to curb terrorism. So muna yung stand, Mekiji.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
Kabahin naman po sa climate change and the environment, buo po niya atong concern, Mekiji, kaya nga ang lungsod din ng Bacolod is talagang ina-encourage ng lahat ng mga lumulupyo dere nga talagang magtanim po ng puno. So mo po niya ilang concern. Kabahin sa climate change and the environment, implement better carbon emission testing, starting with eliminating the rampant corruption inside LTO. Reforestation and massive tree planting to bring back what was lost due to illegal logging. So yun po, swak na swak, pasok na pasok po dito ang lungsod ng Bacolod din, kasi nga hindi encourage talaga lahat ng mga lumulupyo dito sa lungsod ng Bacolod nga talagang magtanim po ng puno. Kasi nga ang Bacolod is na ilang eco-champion municipality, diba? So sa kaway-kaway po sa lahat ng mga lumulupyo dire sa lungsod ng Bacolod po. Okay? Build more renewable energy sources, criticize the world's dependency on fossil fuels, but he is open to reviving nuclear energy given the rise of oil and gas prices subject to environmental provision. And then kabahin naman sa infrastructure mo niyang stand, Mekiji. Will continue Duterte's build program. Focus on urban decongestion rather than building more roads by allocating funds to LGUs for community development, programs that will encourage Metro Manila residents to flee than metropolis. And then kabahin naman sa edukasyon, maupod niyang stand mechanism. Education or Education Plus program intends to keep the youth at school by providing free tuition, 5,000 monthly allowance, and a government internship program starting senior high school. So, napakaganda ng opportunity na ito. Free tuition daw, and then 5,000 monthly allowance and government internship program starting senior high school. And then, kabahin naman sa agriculture, maupod niyang stand mechanism. Remove the import-dependent mentality to support the local agriculture industry. By 50% of farmers' output will be directly purchased by the government and their own prices. Calls on the Filipino youth to take agriculture-related courses to shore up the agri-industry. So, yun po ang kanyang stand. Ano? Maganda yun din yung sagot niya kabay naman sa agriculture. Kasi nga lahat ng mga student is talagang gusto nila ng yung well-known ba nga white-collar job, kumbaga, or ika nga. So, dapat talaga bigyan din pansin ng lahat ng ating mga students, mga learners, ano? Na mag-aral din po kayo sa agri-industry. Kasi po, parang tumatamlay na siya sa lahat ng ating mga farmers dyan. Kaway-kaway po kayo. Dito nga sa ating munisipyo, sa atong Municipal Agriculture Office, at talagang hindi programa iyon ng DA in partnership din sa Municipal Agriculture Office na meron silang mga scholarship na offer sa lahat ng mga mag-graduate ng high school, mga senior high, na talagang encourage sila nga mag-enroll po sa agriculture or kaning agri-industry. Hindi man siya, oo nga, kasi nga magtatanim kayo, kanang madumihan yung mga kamay, but at least ba, yung, ano bitaw, yung limpyo nga klase nga trabaho. Kasi nasanay tayo sa white-collar job, yun yung mga ninanais natin. But wag niyo pong kalimutan na lahat ng ating mga ninuno is nagsimula din sa pagiging farmer. So tandaan niyo po iyan. And then kabahay naman sa same-sex marriage and LGBTQ plus rights, mo niyang stand, supports a civil union among same-sex partners but oppose same-sex marriage. And then, kabahay naman sa the ABS-CBN Franchise and Press Freedom, backs a Senate bill to grant ABS-CBN Incorporated a fresh 25-year franchise. And then, press freedom would get a premium under a Lacson administration. Hindi ko masyadong mag-gets kung ano bang ibig sabihin ng premium. Press freedom would get a premium. Siguro ano ito? Hayaan nyo na. Nagkikabahay naman sa divorce nga issue mo po diyang stand. Categorically supports divorce but in 2019, he battled for a once-in-a-lifetime divorce wherein troubled couples can avail this option only once so as not to cheapen marriage. And then, kabahay naman po sa labor rights. Maupod niyang stand mechanism. Establish of emergency employment program and food terminals for jobless Filipinos, especially during this time of the pandemic. Pushes for internship to be paid, advocates for a balance to satisfy both employees and employers' interests. He said his favor more protection for workers. And then, kabahay naman po sa death penalty, maupod niyang stand. After 5 years of advocating for the death penalty, Lacson is now opposed to its reimposition after watching the life of David Gale. So kabahay naman sa political dynasty in 2016, he filed a bill to prohibit political dynasty, saying its prevalence result in the proliferation of small monarchies all over the country. And then, kanipong pinaka naging alarming din nga issue kaning Marcus Martial Law. Okay, mo niyang stand, Marcus Martial Law was a mixed bag. While it was declared for good reason, greed and abuse took over. So mo niyang stand mechanism. Kabahin sa iyang mga, or kabahin aning Marcus Martial Law. So mo na iyang mga sagot po sa mga advocacy, stand on issues and government platforms. And lastly po sa kanyang plataforma ni Panpiloping Moreno Lacson Sr., push for a historic increase of budget infusion. So again, mo yung platform. Push for a historic increase of budget infusion for the Philippine research and development sector if elected as president. Plans for the full digitization of government services in the country as one way of addressing corruption and bureaucratic inefficiency. So yun po ang kanyang plataforma kung siya po is palaring manalo as presidente po.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.
Again, a push for a historic increase of budget infusion for the Philippine research and development sector is if elected president, and plans for the full digitization of government services in the country as one way of addressing corruption and bureaucratic inefficiency. So yun po ang plataforma ni Pagpili Ping Moreno Lacson Sr. Nakiji alas karon alas 12:41. So napag ko recognize karon si Keno Pasanting Nermalin. Hello ma'am, maayong odo. Okay, salamat kayo ma'am. Ma'am Keno Pasanting Nermalin, maayong udto po diha. Ni udto na baka ma'am Pasanting Nermalin. I hope nga ni udto na ka. And happy Thursday po sa lahat dyan. And then from Mom Erlinda Bernasebo, hashtag Laban Bacolod and hashtag keep safe everyone. So yun po ang biography or personal information kabahin sa magpapili as presidente para sa atong May 9 national election kani si Pagpili Ping Moreno Lacson Sr. So kayo, kung siguro po sa inyong lahat is nagtataka dyan nga, why na ako gibalik kasi last nag-start me sa program together with Municipal Administrator last February 14 at 2022. And then siguro is nakalimutan na yung iba dahil nga parang mabilis yung pag-discuss namin sa lahat ng mga nais magpapili ano. So ang pagbasa ani Mekiji is of by alphabetical order. So yun po. Start siya atong February 14 sa mga presidential na magpapili, presidential candidate, starting from Pagpili Ping Lacson, and then si Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, and then followed by Isko Moreno, and then si Manny Pacquiao, and si Lenny Robredo. So sila lang lima po ang aming na-discuss starting from February 14. So ako lang siyang recap karon para naman ma-refresh ang lahat, ma-refresh ang memorya ng lahat ng ating mga listeners, lahat ng ating mga viewers, kasi nga parang fast-paced yung fast pace nga yung pag-discuss namin sa pagbibigay ng impormasyon sa lahat ng ating mga listeners, mga viewers out there. So wag niyo pong kalimutan na ng lahat po ng mga personal information is base po sa aking pag-research sa lahat ng mga website ano. So baka nagtataka kayo kung bakit masyadong marami, masyado ding parang mabilis yung pag-research ko kasi nga lahat ng mga ni-research ko po is nalagay ko sa aking flash drive. So yun po. So hi again sa lahat ng mga viewers out there, mga listeners out there. I hope nga okay na mo diha. Refresh lang po ito, recap lang po sa lahat ng mga nais. Hindi naman talaga, parang talagang tayo po ay dapat bumoto. So, tanong ko lang po, sa lahat ba ng ating mga viewers and listeners out there is naka-registered na ba mo para bumoto this coming May 9, 2022 national election and local election? I hope so po. And then, sa ato mga senatorial din, sana nakalista na kayo kung sino bang inyong iboboto para sa atong election, May 9 election po. And then, yun nga, from Kinopansin Nermalin, hello ma'am, ayun, nabasa ko na. So, hello again sing lahat dyan. I hope nga nahayagan mo kabahin sa ni programa na Giya sa Pagpili 2022. Nakiji oras ko rin, alas 12:44. So, tomorrow, mag-uban-uban po tabalik, March 4, 2022, Friday po. Ayan, same time at 12 to 1. Same frequency po, 101.3, Grace Covenant FM. So, once again, Mekiji, Bacolod, Padayon, Pagsidlak.
Giya sa Pagpili 2022.